The power of tranquility and relaxation during pregnancy. Lena settled onto the time-worn bench beneath the ancient willow, her hands gently cradling the swell of her belly. Morning light streamed through the veil of branches, dappling her skin with golden lace. The breeze was warm and fragrant, rich with lavender, rosemary, and the faint sweetness of jasmine that clung to the garden like a lullaby. She closed her eyes and let the silence breathe around her. It had become her ritual, these quiet visits to a place that didn't ask for anything in return. Here, there were no expectations, no checklists, no opinions, only stillness, only peace. When she first discovered she was pregnant, Lena had felt the rush of joy and disbelief that so often accompany long-awaited miracles. She and Tom had dreamed of this child for years, and now, with a new heartbeat fluttering inside her, she was filled with reverence and terror, because the world didn't slow down just because she was growing life. Emails still piled up. Chores remained. Strangers offered advice she never asked for. Books, blogs, and apps bombarded her with what to eat, what to fear, what to avoid. Her body was changing daily, but her mind was caught in a whirlpool of noise. The glow everyone talked about. It felt buried beneath layers of anxiety, until she found the gate. It had appeared one afternoon when Lena took a wrong turn on her walk home from yet another exhausting prenatal appointment. Tucked between two brick walls was a delicate wrought iron archway, half covered in vines. A weathered wooden sign hung from the top. The Whispering Garden, open to all who seek peace. Without thinking, Lena stepped inside. The moment she crossed the threshold, the city's roar softened to a hush. Birdsong replaced car horns. A winding path led her through wildflowers, trees, and a koi pond that shimmered like liquid gold. I think I heard the roses breathing. Can you feel how quiet it is here? I hope so, sitting with the sun on her skin, not chasing any goal, just being. It was in these moments that she began to listen more carefully, not to the world, but to herself. They exchanged soft greetings at first, but as the days passed, conversation bloomed like the dahlias around them. I hope this calm reaches you like music, through the waters of the womb. One morning, as fog lifted off the garden's pond, she met Miriam, and beneath the great willow, she sat. That day, something shifted. She began returning daily. It felt like a secret between her and the earth, like a private sanctuary offered by something wiser than logic. She brought a small notebook and began writing letters to her baby, letting her thoughts flow unfiltered and raw. And the garden became her guide, her sanctuary, and her teacher. She didn't tell anyone, not even Tom at first. She would then lie beneath the willow, headphones playing soft music, harps, nature sounds, sometimes nothing but the rustling of the leaves. Everything you already know, but only when you're finally quiet enough to hear it. That was over 30 years ago. This garden has been whispering to mothers for a long, long time. Dear little one. Today I sat in silence for a long time. Not because everything was easy. Her back still ached. Sleep was elusive. And emotions still rolled like tides, but because she had found an anchor in the storm. More quiet, that her stillness was not idle, it was sacred preparation. She began practicing intentional stillness, breathing deeply, walking barefoot, and, to the life within her, an older woman with silver hair tied in a braid, Miriam sat feeding koi with practiced grace. She played the same music that had lulled her baby in the womb. She breathed deeply, like the wind through willow branches. I used to come here when I was carrying my daughter, Miriam told her. The Whispering Garden was still there, as if waiting. The same wind, the same light, the same hush. Lena tilted her head, whispering, "What? Welcome to your first garden, little one. You've already been here." Diapers, feedings, sleepless nights. Her body adjusting to its new shape, her heart learning to hold more than it ever had. Because your baby is listening, long before they ever arrive. Miriam smiled. Those words stayed with Lena. She began to see her pregnancy differently, not just as a physical journey, but as a sacred rite of passage, a transformation of spirit as much as body. She began each visit with a ritual. A few minutes of breath work near the lavender bush, followed by a barefoot walk around the stone circle near the center. She realized that her baby didn't need a perfect mother, they needed a peaceful one. And each time, her baby would respond, teeny flutters, gentle nudges, as if saying, "More of this, Mama." She whispered affirmations into the wind. I am safe, I am open, I am enough. My body knows what to do. And slowly, the fear began to unravel. She stopped reading every article, stopped obsessing over every new symptom. One morning, As sunlight spilled over the garden in warm gold, Lena placed both hands on her belly and whispered, "I promise to make peace your first language." By her third trimester, Lena felt transformed. The garden had reminded her that silence was not emptiness, but fullness. That rest was not weakness, but wisdom. The day labor began. She was calm. She lit candles that smelled of the herbs from the garden. Between contractions, she closed her eyes and returned in her mind to the bench beneath the tree. And when her baby finally entered the world, strong and crying, she gathered them close and whispered. In the weeks that followed, the world sped back up. But Lena didn't forget. When the overwhelm crept in, she would bundle her baby close and return to the gate. She sat beneath the willow again, this time with her child in her arms. But now, 2 heartbeats breathing in peace. Stillness is not optional. It's nourishment. For both of us. To anyone who asked how she stayed so grounded, Lena would smile and say, whether it's a place, a practice, or a moment of breath, find what makes you still. Pregnancy is not just about creating life, it's about creating space. She would pause, then add, find your garden, because the power of tranquility and relaxation during pregnancy isn't a luxury. It's the very language of love spoken in silence, heard in the womb, and remembered for a lifetime.